Rajiv Mehra is about to retire. So he says that they have 80 lakh in funds with them. His question is, with the fixed deposit rates falling, where and how should we invest this 80 lakh rupees to get the maximum monthly income? Karthik?
Absolutely. I mean, not only for Mr. Mehra, but for so many other people across the country, this is a very big question that as interest rates fall, and which they will, because we as a country are going to progress and move forward, and which is why interest rates will fall. This is going to become a very big issue. But, you know, here lies a very interesting opportunity. It's called bond funds or debt mutual funds, which a lot of people generally don't use. They have completely ignored this as an option because there's not much advice available in that space. So what happens when you go to a bond mutual fund or a debt mutual fund? Firstly, you get a whole variety of investment schemes. These schemes in turn invest your money into bank fixed deposits, company fixed deposits, government bonds, RBI bonds. They give money to the central government, they give money to state governments, etc. So which means all your investment is practically safe and you're getting a fixed rate of return for that, except that you don't have a certificate of deposit which says here's your rate of return of 8% or 7%. What happens is it's an educated understanding that you will get at least the rate of return that you'll get in your fixed deposit, but probably you will get maybe 1% or 2% more than the fixed deposit. That's biggest advantage number one. Your second very big advantage is there is no TDS, there is no deduction, there is nothing that happens to you. Money just keeps growing so long as you want the money, and whenever you want the money, you can pull it out. That's the third big advantage. There is no lock-in. If you pull out the money in 2 months or 2 years or 20 years, there is absolutely no withdrawal charges. I mean, of course, there are certain schemes which do charge you, but that's something that you need to check and invest. And the final big advantage is that this has the same treatment like indexation after 3 years, because it becomes long-term, and which means you will be paying taxes on fixed deposits on a retail level, but if you did fixed deposits and such investments through this mutual fund route, pretty much you will pay no taxes or virtually marginal, very, very minuscule taxes, maybe 0.5% or 1%, because you have the benefit of indexation after 3 years. So which means even if you're earning the same type of return as a fixed deposit, or a little higher, it's all going to be tax-free or virtually tax-free for you. So this is something that you must do, and for him, let me recommend a specific strategy for him. Out of your 80 lakhs, what you try and do is separate that into 90% and 10%. Your 90% money, which is about 72 lakhs, invest into this portfolio of bond funds. You could have about 3 or 4 different bond funds. What you then do is, we anticipate an 8% rate of return on your 72 lakhs, which means you're going to earn somewhere in the range of about 5,60,000, 5,80,000 rupees a year. You divide that by 12, and there's a beautiful facility called SWP, Systematic Withdrawal Plan. So you invest the money and then tell the fund to pay you this 40, 45,000 or 30,000, depending on whatever your requirement is, every month. You can plan a weekly payment, you can plan a half-yearly payment or annual payment, whatever you like. You set up this system, let this money be paid to you, and that remaining 8 lakhs, that 8 lakhs I suggest you go and put into an equity fund, a multi-cap kind of a fund. What will happen is, by the time your father moves from 60 or whatever age he's at right now to in the next 20 years or so, your entire capital will again get recreated, which means by the time he's 75, 80, this 8 lakhs itself would have grown to another 70, 80 lakhs, and you already have your 80 lakhs, which means you'll totally have 1 crore 60 to leave as a legacy, plus you've been able to manage all your cash flows and all your monthly requirements very easily. And remember, most of that is going to be tax-free. So it's a great way to go about investing into bond funds. Please consider them and go ahead and make your investment strategy into bond funds.